One of my favorite electric cars. I mean, I really love this electric car. I really think it looks incredibly cute, and I don't know, it's just one of those cars that really appeals to me. I would never buy one, but when I see them, I think, yeah, that's really cool. I can see why people would want one of those. Perfect for the city, perfect for single people, even for couples without children. You'd probably want another vehicle you can, put your bikes on and stuff like that. But anyway, perfect as one of those little city cars. But whilst this was actually one of the most popular electric cars in the world last year, production is being paused potentially forever. And there's a very good reason why no one is buying this car anymore. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching The Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. Guys, I want to say a big thank you to our Patreon supporters and our YouTube members. There is a new video up today about where I think we're going with lithium prices, with artificial intelligence, and where I think the best places are to invest your money right now. Anyhow, that's up on the members section of the channel. I'll put a link in the description. So what's going on here with this car? Why is no one buying it? Now, you would think people would be. The Fiat 500e, it's sold in more locations than 95% of other electric car models in the world. The 500e is sold in Australia. It's sold in Europe. It's sold in North America. It's sold in, a massive number of countries where there are huge car buying populations who buy enormous numbers of cars. And it sold really well last year, but the truth is the fad has died off. And there's a very good reason. It's way too expensive. I mean, it's literally triple the price of similarly specified electric cars that are manufactured in China. And yeah, I mean, sure, it was good. And it was, a fun car for a while. And then people started to realize, actually, this thing is actually quite expensive. Stellantis has confirmed that the 500e that's manufactured at the Turin plant in Italy will be paused. Production will be paused. Now, they've said 4 weeks, but the truth is it's an indefinite pause. This is the kind of thing that manufacturers say. Now, no new 500s of any type will be built in Europe for the first time since 2007. It's a long time. It's nearly 20 years. That's it. Production of all 500s that are petrol-powered is finished. Demand for those has basically disappeared. So all 500s, one of the most popular cars in the history of Europe, it's now over. The only vehicle that could have saved it is the 500e, because that was the only vehicle that was still in some level of demand. But the prices were just too high. I mean, we're talking similar prices to a Tesla Model 3 for a car that's half the size. The measure is necessary due to the current lack of orders linked to the deep difficulties experienced in the European electric market by all producers, particularly the European ones, Stellantis said in a statement to Reuters. Now, Stellantis say that the problem is the market, but maybe the problem isn't the market. Maybe the problem is the price of the car. I honestly think if they sold this for 20,000 euros or 15,000 euros, which is probably what it should be priced at considering the size of it and the size of the battery, then it would sell really well. You can literally buy cars that are, about $8,000 in China that are probably just as good as this. So they're just charging way, way, way too much. I mean, 30,000 euros for this, it's way too expensive. And Stellantis, as usual, is blaming the market. The old combustion-powered Poland-built Fiat 500, which employed a totally different Panda-based platform to the EV, went out of production in the summer of this year because it didn't meet new laws and Fiat didn't want to spend the money to update it. Population of the internal combustion 500 hasn't stopped altogether. The model is still being built in North Africa, but those versions aren't eligible for sale in Europe. Now, you might be thinking, if you're in the United States, hang on a minute, I just bought a Fiat 500e. Does that mean it's an orphaned car? Yeah, it does. Yes. Sorry, but that's the truth. And the Fiat 500e, it's true, only went on sale in the United States a few months ago. But like I said, it's too expensive. Now, rather than update the elderly ICE internal combustion 500 to keep it on sale, Fiat has opted to create a new hybrid model by reverse engineering the electric 500e to accept a small combustion engine and an electric motor. As you can imagine, this is a very small car, so it probably required some pretty impressive engineering just to fit it in. That car is called the 500 Hybrida, but it won't be ready until about 2026. So Fiat dealers won't have any cars to sell. The hybrid will be built alongside the EV, if the EV actually does go back into production, at their site in Italy, which is receiving an 100 million euro investment. Now, why are Fiat investing that money in Italy? They're being forced to by the government. The government gave them 350 million euros, so about 400 million US dollars, to build a battery factory in Italy, and they never did it. Stellantis just never did it. The government kept saying, guys, if you don't build the factory we gave you the money to build, we want the money back. And Stellantis like, yeah, we'll get to it. Guys, you can see my criticisms of the CEO, Carlos Tavares, are pretty valid. The guy's just, I don't know, he's crazy. He's bipolar. He's not a CEO. It's ridiculous. Anyhow, Fiat is not the only automaker who has decided to modify its EV strategy. Now, they say this is based on demand. Obviously, Toyota, General Motors, Ford, and Mercedes have all said they're going to try and sell more internal combustion cars instead of EVs. And they're all saying it's because of demand. But German publications have recently come out saying that's not true. They've said that this is a narrative those manufacturers have invented in order to try to drive EV sales down. And the reason is because they don't make any profit selling electric cars. We've known about this for a long time, so that's not much of a surprise to me. What is a surprise to me, though, is that this cute little Fiat 500e will disappear. And maybe not a surprise, maybe more like just a disappointment. Thanks for watching.